Hi, my name is Charlotte Lennon, and my project is on the Roman 12 tables. Here's a background on the Roman 12 tables. The Roman 12 tables were written in 450 BC, which is 423 years before the empire was even founded. A group of 10 men were elected to create these laws in 455 BC for both patricians and plebeians. These men were called decemviri, decem meaning 10 and viri meaning men. By creating these tables, the Roman government would be able to have laws written down so the government could treat citizens equally. Table 1. If anyone is called to go to the magistrate, he has to, even if he did nothing wrong. But if he doesn't go, then he will be taken by force. If the man tries to escape, the people who summon him are allowed to grab him and take him. Only the magistrate can announce the outcome of the trial. If the suspect and the victim cannot figure out a compromise, then they must each state their side of the story. Then they will talk it out, hopefully coming up with a solution. If one does not show, then the other wins by default. The trial can only last until sunset. Table 2. If the witness does not come to court, then he can be called to every third day in front of his house. Table 3. If you are in debt, you have 30 days to pay it. If the debt isn't paid, then the court can allow forcible seizure, or the taking of the debtor's house. If the debtor still doesn't comply, then he or she will be punished. Table 4. If a child is deformed in some way, like they have a disability, then they are to be killed as soon as possible. If a child is born at least 10 months after the death of their father, then that child will not get his or her father's inheritance. Table 5. Even if the mother has succeeded in filling her house, she may still keep the child that she gives birth to. Table 6. When someone has transported themselves to a piece of property, they have shown through their actions that this is their property. Table 7. The Roman citizens are in charge of paving and restoring their own roads. If they fail to do so, then they will have to deal with the damaged road themselves. If a tree is knocked over by the weather and lands on your property, then the tree must be removed, the fruit being gathered with it. Table 8. If someone injures another and does not help them, there will be consequences. The fine ranges from 25 to 300 coins, depending on who the victim is. Also, if one man kills another, then the murderer should also be killed. Another part of this law is that if a person burns a building or any food beside the building, their consequence will result in being burnt at the stake. Also, any person who lies about witnessing an event will be thrown off of the Tarpeian Rock. Lastly, no night meetings are allowed in the city. Table 9. No man should bribe an authority figure in order to sway his decision. If a man commits treason, then he will suffer capital punishment. It is also forbidden to kill any unconvicted man. Table 10. All men are forbidden to burn or bury a corpse in the city. Also, a woman is not allowed to cry because of a funeral. Table 11. Plebeians and patricians are not allowed to get married because of their rivalry. Table 12. Whatever the people had last ordained should be held as binding by law. Do the Roman 12 tables still apply today? Well, we may not use the same laws, but the Roman 12 tables share similarities with the American Bill of Rights. They both tell what is legal and illegal in their nation. They acknowledge the rights of the individuals of the community. They both outline the general law. They set limits on what the government can do to benefit people's personal liberties, and they explain court and trial procedures and protocol. Were the laws successful? Well, the laws were sadly destroyed by the Gauls in 391 BC, but they influenced nations around the globe to have written laws that the government and the people must abide by. Here's my works cited page for my project. Thanks for watching, and I hope y'all learned a lot from this presentation.